Hi, I'm Morisani, the Program Manager for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Kansas City District, here at the site of the National Geospatial-Intelligence Agency Replacement Campus in North St. Louis. We're overseeing the construction effort of this $1.7 billion program. The 700,000 square foot facility that's going in behind me is going to be the largest federal investment ever in the city of St. Louis and the history of our district. It'll be home to over 3,000 people when it's complete. To turn this 100-acre site into this facility, it's going to take an extraordinary effort. At the peak, we'll have up to 1,000 people per day out here, skilled tradespeople, engineers, construction managers, from our partners at McCarthy Hitt and the Corps of Engineers, all here to design, build, test, commission, and get this thing ready to be mission capable when we turn it over to NGA.
Hello, my name is Kelly Miller, and I'm the Program Manager for the Fort Leonard Wood Hospital Replacement Program. The existing hospital is over 55 years old and has deficiencies in key building systems and components, and is currently the Department of Defense's most expensive hospital to operate and maintain. New facilities include a 235,000 square foot hospital, a 193,000 square foot outpatient clinic, a central utility plant, 5-bay ambulance garage, helipad, and supporting facilities. Working with our design builder, the project team began executing an innovative partnering initiative that includes a brand new tool called Collaborative Analytics. It's a system that monitors a series of early indicators not typically visible to program and project managers, and reports on the quality of team collaboration and accurately predicts project stress. The results allow project team leaders to identify and resolve collaboration issues before they impact quality, schedule, or budget.
Hi, I'm Jeff O'Callahan with J.E. Construction. I'm going to give an update on the hospital project. We are currently at 13% complete for the project. Activities are utilities around the site, concrete foundations at the hospital. We're currently placing the fourth of 6 mat slab foundations that are averaging 1,300 yards each. We're doing some walls around the hospital. And lastly, the clinic will be starting the foundations up there in March.
Hi, I'm Austin Johnson, resident engineer here at the Fort Leonard Wood Hospital Replacement Project. Today I'd like to share with you what true partnering and collaboration can do. On this project we've encountered 5 asbestos-contained burning pits, 2 sinkholes, 2 underground storage tanks, and over double the amount of relic rock anticipated. We're able to overcome these challenges on this project with true partnering and collaboration and teamwork. And to date, we have not had one critical path delay.
Hi, I'm Mark French. I'm the COR for the hospital project. Wanted to share a few tools with you that we're using on the site. First of all is the BIM 4D, which is essentially the 3D model integrated with the construction schedule and activities. Secondly, the virtual reality, which is essentially an extension of the 3D model that allows us to more fully detail spaces within the facility and review during design and prior to construction. This tool also allows us to reduce the quantity of physical mock-ups required.
Hello, I'm Park Manager Melissa Bean out here at Tuttle Creek Lake with the Corps of Engineers near Manhattan, Kansas. Back in 2018, we announced the start of the Stilling Basin Rehabilitation Project. Original construction on Tuttle Creek began in 1952, and the structures you see here at the Stilling Basin are approaching 70 years old. The Stilling Basin Rehabilitation Project began in March 2018, and although seemingly straightforward, the timeline for this repair was intentionally prolonged to ensure Tuttle Creek could maintain full operational status throughout the construction. The foresight of our engineers and planning team was realized in 2019 when construction was suspended while Tuttle Creek, along with most lakes in our district, reduced historic flood impacts on the Kansas and Missouri rivers. Tuttle Creek set several records during that flood fight, but most notably here with a 30,000 cubic feet per second release of water through this Stilling Basin. We're happy to report that the basin continued to operate as designed even in the midst of a major rehab project. The Stilling Basin rehab work has now resumed, and to date, the completed work includes replacement of the basin walls, drainage system, and all but 8 of the 34 anchors. The remaining anchors are in various stages of completion, and we anticipate the work will be completed and reopened to visitors later this year.